the silent toll of doomscrolling. You've probably been there. You open your phone just to check one thing, and before you know it, an hour's disappeared. You're left feeling oddly drained, anxious, or even sad, and you can't pinpoint why. That's doomscrolling. Originally, it referred to compulsively reading bad news online. But in today's digital ecosystem, dominated by TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and Reddit threads, doomscrolling has evolved. It's no longer about the content alone. It's about the habit, the automatic, dopamine-fueled reflex of endless scrolling that keeps you emotionally stimulated but mentally exhausted. 1. What doomscrolling really is. Why it's so addictive. Doomscrolling sits at the intersection of two powerful psychological forces, fear and novelty-seeking. Our brains are wired to detect threats and to seek new information. Every swipe delivers a new piece of data, a meme, a tragedy, a viral dance, a crying stranger, a luxury vacation, each triggering a microdose of dopamine or stress hormones. This constant stimulation tricks your brain into thinking you're doing something productive. I'm staying informed, but in reality, you're stuck in a loop of emotional micro-highs and micro-lows. Over time, this rewires your brain's reward system, creating dependency on the next scroll for relief or distraction. 2. Emotional burnout, the invisible consequence. When you consume dozens of emotionally charged videos in a short span, your brain is forced to process conflicting emotions at lightning speed: laughter, sadness, envy, compassion, often without resolution. This creates emotional overload and eventually emotional blunting, where your capacity to feel deeply diminishes. Symptoms include feeling emotionally numb or detached, being easily overwhelmed by small stressors, losing interest in activities that once brought joy, constant background anxiety without a clear cause. Psychologists refer to this as emotional fatigue, a modern burnout that doesn't come from work or relationships, but from information. 3. Cognitive fatigue, the mental fog of the scroll. A 2023 study in Computers in Human Behavior reports found that prolonged exposure to emotionally intense short-form content leads to cognitive overload. When your brain receives too much fragmented information, it struggles to distinguish what's important from what's irrelevant. This causes shorter attention span, forgetfulness. You forget what you just watched or why you opened an app, difficulty focusing on complex tasks, increased mental clutter, and indecision. In essence, the brain becomes a browser with too many tabs open. Eventually, it slows down, not from lack of capacity, but from constant interruption. 4. Physical effects. The body doesn't know it's just a screen. The human nervous system hasn't evolved to distinguish digital stress from real-life danger. When you scroll through distressing content, war footage, arguments, disasters, your body reacts as if the threat is happening to you. This keeps you in a chronic state of low-grade fight or flight. A study in PLOS1 linked repeated digital stress exposure to poor sleep quality, headaches and muscle tension, digestive issues, weakened immune function, constant fatigue. Despite doing nothing. This explains why doom scrolling at night often leads to restless sleep or waking up feeling tired. Your body's still processing the perceived threats from your feed. 5. Creativity and productivity decline. When your mind is always occupied, there's no space for reflection. Yet boredom and mental stillness are essential ingredients for creativity. A 2024 study found that frequent doom scrolling correlates with lower job satisfaction, slower task completion, and more mental exhaustion. The real cost isn't just lost time, it's lost depth. Without mental space, spontaneous insights, and new ideas struggle to emerge. You might find yourself procrastinating more, unable to focus, or constantly switching tasks without satisfaction. 6. The subtle shift in your worldview. Doom scrolling doesn't just affect how you feel, it shapes what you believe. When negativity dominates your feed, your brain begins to perceive the world as more hostile, unstable, or hopeless than it actually is. A study comparing American and Iranian university students found that exposure to negative media increased existential anxiety and pessimistic worldviews. This availability bias, the tendency to judge reality based on what's most easily recalled, means your mind starts expecting doom. You unconsciously prepare for disappointment, distrust others, and feel less empowered to change your life. 7. Why it's not your fault, but still your responsibility. Attention. Economy. Outrage. Emotional anger amplifies spread. Desire. Wanting status or novelty. Doom scrolling cycle. Endless feed consumption. Curiosity. Intrigue drives clicks. Social media platforms are designed to hijack your attention. Every algorithm is engineered to exploit human psychology, curiosity, outrage, desire, and the need for belonging. If Ilio. Lie. It. It be. Kai. 8. Practical steps to reclaim your focus and peace. 1. Set a scroll timer. Limit sessions to 10 to 15 minutes. Use your phone's screen time tools to hold yourself accountable. 2. Curate your feed. Mute or unfollow content that consistently leaves you anxious or angry. Replace it with educational, uplifting, or calming creators. 3. Reintroduce stillness. Try micro moments of boredom, like sitting without your phone while drinking coffee. These small pauses rebuild your tolerance for quiet. 4. Digital bedtime. Stop scrolling 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Read, stretch, or journal instead. Your brain needs transition time to deactivate. 5. Offline hobbies. Engage your hands and senses. Painting, puzzles, gardening, cooking. Physical presence resets emotional balance. 9. Reclaiming your attention is reclaiming your life. Your attention is not infinite. It's your most valuable currency. When you give it away carelessly, your peace, clarity, and emotional health follow. Doom scrolling may be loud, but peace is still available, in silence, in slowness, in presence. Remember, You don't have to quit the internet. You just have to stop letting it own your nervous system. The next time you feel the urge to scroll, ask yourself, is this feeding my mind or numbing it? Because your peace deserves better than a never-ending feed of chaos and comparison. Final thought. If this resonates, you're not alone. Millions are waking up to the quiet toll of digital overload. You don't need to fix it all at once. Just begin with awareness. Let your peace be louder than the doom.